Ryan Nembhard getting his 5th straight start along. Hey, Will, J-Dub is the usual. What's in store for us tonight? There's the tip. And that is a kick ball. Ryan Nembhard is going to be at the controls. And you mentioned that matchup alongside Cason Wallace, number 2 of the NBA in steals.
Yeah, I know Nembhard has had a string of good games, but he is now going up against one guy who might start getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in Cason Wallace.
Here's Nembhard, deep corner, drills the tray.
I told you it'd be a good matchup, Grady.
Nembhard's not going to back down. First offensive possession for the Thunder. Like this matchup, poke away by Davis, and it bounces out of bounds off of Christie.
Nembhard, the big
Flag is 18. 6 on the shot clock. Gilgeous Alexander snaking his way to the rim for 2. Averaging 30, nearly 33 a night. Coming off his first MVP season, Najee Marshall, opposite corner, that one go. Holmgren the board. This is J-Dub, lost the handle. Marshall with the cookies, and veers out of the path of Holmgren and got the leg. Outside look, Wallace ready, left it short. And out of bounds to the Mavericks.
Crazy to think about how good Oklahoma City has been, waiting for Jalen Williams to get back and get himself healthy. And in 4 games, he's already shown that he's ready to pick up where he left off from last year.
Davis and Williams. Davis trying to find Marshall. Pass too low. Williams comes out of there with it for the Thunder. SGA. Pocket pass. Holmgren penetrating. The finger roll is short, but he's fouled on the play. And the foul is on Christie.
Really helping out OKC in terms of their free throw rate and getting to the free throw line.
Holmgren averaging 21 and 8.
See at this point.
That's a fact. We might be in the positive.
I think you're a +6 right now. I'm dead even.
5-4 Dallas. Davis. Crab dribble on Williams. Turns, fades, left it short. This is Wallace. And another kickball.
You know, interesting on the matchup again with Will Starley, the big situation there.
Christie with the steal. Open court and the flush. Some solid defense from the Mavericks. We talked about OKC's defense. Well, don't sleep on the Mavericks. They're 4th in defensive rating in the league. Good separation. SGA pure. Davis surveying the floor. Marshall, push shot, good.
Such a tough spot as a player to be not forced to shoot, but you have no backboard or depth perception, and Najee able to knock that one down.
Holmgren thought about the 3. Working on Davis. Davis, solid defense. Holmgren gives it up. Off the double, Williams. Good on a tray. He's been struggling from downtown. Had missed his last 8 before that make. Nembhard out to flag, wide open, no good. That's something he's been working on. One aspect of his game that's not quite there. All knotted up at 9. Holmgren from deep, short. This is a Mavericks squad dead last in offensive rating, but in the last 3 games, 10th in offensive rating. Scoring has gone up. Here's Nembhard, pull up over Williams, it drops.
This is really a prove-it game for Nembhard so far. A great start to 3 and then bumping Williams off. No back down from Nembhard.
They surround Williams. He finds a way to get it to Wallace. SGA up top. Looking for the blow by. Kick out. Extra pass. Skip pass. Holmgren, the pump. Pull up. Goal. Methodical.
Dallas making them work on that offensive possession, though. That's a good sign for the Mavericks.
Flag. Rises off the mark. Davis was kind of working on that middle finger that's been bothering him lately.
They had it taped up in the Miami game, not taped up here tonight, but he did shoot 4 air balls and was really struggling with that on block shots and shots.
They will, no good. All tied up at 11. Davis with the cross collides with Williams and draws the foul.
Confidence, it's key. And guys, that's something paired with the work that's driving Ryan right now. Grady?
Alley's averaging 22 and 12 in his last 2 games. Lob up to Flag. Right on cue. Nembhard with the find. SGA has started 2 for 2. This is Williams on the move, spinning, rises over Thompson, and hits the J. This is Christie going midi. How about the Mavericks shooting to start this ball game? 7 for 11 in the early going. Williams splits the defense. Outside look. Holmgren sets the feet and left it well short. Good defense.
Looked like that ball slipped after Chet had made that dribble inside the 3-point line. And Dallas off to a really good start here, Grady, to be in this game.
Nembhard. And that's deflected by Jalen Williams out of bounds. 10 on the shot clock. The game is like a Ferrari checking in. Just a different change of pace for the Mavericks when Williams is out there. Here is Williams. Thompson for 3. Off the heel, Wallace the rebound. Williams penetrating and is fouled by Thompson. That will not bounce in. Taking a look at the upcoming national TV schedule. Tomorrow night on NBA TV, Golden State in Cleveland. Monday on Peacock.
Irving is the point guard for the Dallas Mavericks, but he's not healthy this year. And so Jason has tried a lot of things. Lots of attention to Cooper Flag starting at the point, then going to Brandon Williams, who's more of a shooting guard. Nembhard has settled this team down and gotten them organized, and there's been a big bright spot for them.
There's Williams. Talk about that change of pace. He was a blur to the rim.
Is the 12-cylinder Ferrari you were talking about.
This is Aaron Wiggins. Defended well by Christie. Wiggins, it does not bounce in. 5 minutes to go here in the first. Flag. Pull up, Jay, won't go. Flag 1 for 4 so far here in the first. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander lost the handle, and it's a kick ball. And it will be along with Dwight Powell, Cooper Flag, Klay Thompson, and Williams with the handle. Around the Powell screen. Outside, Martin penetrating, kick out. Williams from downtown won't go, and bodies on the floor. It ricochets over to the hands of Wiggins. Wallace got by Flag and finishes with the left. Flag and lost it out of bounds.
You get back to that replay.
SGA takes the bump, doesn't get the bounce. Wallace almost had the follow. Williams pushing it up the floor. Little inverted Euro, kick out, Martin from deep. No good. Thompson, the offensive board. Flag now. Shot clock winding down. Penetrating and is fouled.
You know, the scout.
Going to get into this with SGA as well. You mentioned with LeBron, or you're mentioning SGA's case with Wilt.
Wilt, MJ, you know, throw them all out. Pretty good company.
And another turnover for the Thunder. Yeah, they only turn it over. Williams over to Thompson. Thompson penetrating, toss out. Marshall with the pump. And kicks out to Williams. Williams and Mitchell caught with the reach, and they're going to wave it off. They're saying the hand off to Thompson. Outside look. Marshall will take the three. Can't connect. Carlson the rebound. SGA over to Kenrich Williams from downtown. Rimming out. Wiggins there, gliding in for the follow. Tied up at 19. Thompson. Clay's been in a groove lately in the last few ball games for the Mavericks. Martin, tough fade, well short. And OKC coming the other way. SGA with the rock. Working on Thompson. Double comes, and he's fouled.
At that remarkable number. Still, it's that 20 points in 94 straight. The consistency, the reliability. What a remarkable stretch Shea is on.
And he doesn't need 4 quarters.
And he gets to sit. I mean, reminiscent of Steph Curry years ago where the fourth quarter was time for them to develop. But Shea has been absolutely dominant this year.
It's been a competitive one so far here. First lead of the ball game for the Thunder. Good hands by SGA to knock it out of bounds. 2:03 to go. Williams sets up Powell. Over to Thompson. Thompson back to Powell. Oh, nice move. Tries to throw it down over Carlson and is fouled on the play. Powell can still get up.
Carlson, the all-time leader. Lineup right here that we didn't expect to see in a game like this, where all of a sudden Kenrich Williams is playing with Carlson getting some backup minutes at the 5. Wiggins out there with AJ. Shea's going to finish the quarter, obviously, but the trust, the built trust, the accountability these guys have to one another. This is why this team, as the season goes on, gets stronger and stronger, and that depth is something you can feel.
It's underappreciated with this squad. Still the 6th youngest team in the NBA. Missed free throws from Powell. Here's Williams to the cup. Nice feed from SGA. The lead is 4. Williams from downtown. Good. That stops a 6-0 OKC run.
Williams not a very good three-point shooter, so some found change in the couch for Dallas.
And another error. 5 turnovers now for OKC.
City team, some sloppy passes, but a credit to, again, Dallas and their effort on the defensive year has been there for Jay Kidd.
Williams to the rack. 5 straight for Brandon Williams. SGA under a minute to go. Nearly another turnover. Wiggins leaves it for Carlson. Carlson back to Wiggins. The floater drops.
See if Dallas tries to get the 2 for 1 here. Looking to shoot around the 33-second mark.
Williams warming up. Kick out is tapped out of bounds by Gibbs. See if they recognize it. Hand off to Williams. Williams penetrating. Mini. No. About a 5-second difference. Shot and game clock. 6 points for Gilgeous-Alexander. Operating on Marshall. The pull-up tops. Cue the classical music. 27-24. Russell. 5 on the clock. ISO with Carlson. Pull up. Drops for Russell. And that'll conclude the first quarter. Saw some good defense, saw some good offense, and we're tied at 27, a competitive ball game thus far. This is Mitchell, the runner won't go. Davis the rebound.
Good job, a scramble out by Dallas to get this small off the post up and then contesting a running jumper from Mitchell.
Michael Grady, Brett Berry, Allie Clifton here in OKC. Russell, nice skip pass. Thompson buries the tray. Again, Thompson's been feeling it lately, averaging 18 points and shooting 52% from downtown in his last 3. Mitchell, short. Russell getting into it quickly. And good defense there. And it's last touch by Kenrich.
Great speed on that pass and a really bad turnover.
On the inbound behind the back. Williams with the two-hand flush. That is where OKC thrives.
Just 2 points in that opening quarter off of turnovers for Dallas, which Jason's happy about, but not a great start there.
OKC gets nearly 25 a game off of opponents' miscues alone. Davis drawing a crowd, finds Thompson, can't finish with the left. Williams running the other way. This is Jay, he wants 3. Doesn't matter who Dagnall calls up, they're ready. Nimhard turns the corner. Tough pass to Marshall. Marshall lost the handle. And a whistle blows for a foul. Here's Russell. Outside Marshall. On the move. In the lane. Puts it through. Najee Marshall, the veteran. We've had 8 ties already. Thunder 10-0 at home this year. Williams stop, go, leaves it for Holmgren.
Great patience by Kendricks. He knew that AD was back there and just waited for him to commit. Nice drop off.
It's the Thunder 34, the Mavericks 32. Thompson, quick trigger. No. Holmgren getting up for the rebound. Brings it up himself. Spinning. Dump off. Jane comes out of there with it. J-Dub behind the back. Hanging foul.
And Grady, how aggressive was...
Williams now with 7 points. NBA on Prime is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm.
J-Dub's number a few days ago. Herb Sendek does a remarkable job with that program. 10 years there in Santa Clara. Of course, Kurt Rambis, another retired number for the Broncos, along with our compadre, Steve Nash, number 11.
Yes. We had a good conversation about Canada guards before this ball game. That's a traveling violation on Cooper flag. Jason Kidd talking about, you know, the pipeline of guards coming out of Canada isn't talked about enough. SGA, of course, Jamal Murray in Denver, Andrew Nimhard in Indiana, and now his brother Ryan Nimhard is coming into his own. Marshall fighting his way in the paint, can't hit. Holmgren, no on the offensive putback. Russell clears it. Russell up ahead to Flag, and Flag stepped out of bounds. Couple of back-to-back turnovers for the rookie.
But not so much, Grady, to get away here. Just a 4-point advantage for the home team.
Yeah, this 4-point advantage is the largest of the night for OKC. Williams on the drive, can't hit, whistle blows for a foul. His decision in a couple of ball games. He's played the last 2. And he's played well. A number of injuries for both.
That's sitting on the bench. And maybe some guys that Jason Kidd is okay with not seeing in uniform.
Right. The Mavericks without P.J. Washington, no Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively still out. First in. Skip pass and his 7'6" wingspan of Chet Holmgren all over.
Yeah, Christie's got
quickly. Long range 3. Bottoms. Marshall now. 3-point ball game. Williams driving, tried to go glass, no, tipped up and off. Davis with the board for the Mavs. 8 points for Nimhard. Covered closely by Williams. Forced to give it up, turned it over. J-Dub to Jang. And he's fouled.
Now good.
Yeah, Mavericks have turned it over 4 times in the second. OKC's not turned it over. Tap into tonight's action in the NBA app. Go deeper inside. One more for Ousmane Dieng. And that bounces and falls.
See if there's some opportunities before the second quarter ends. 7 minutes to go. If Cooper Flagg has a couple of chances to be aggressive and get his offense going.
Been quiet so far, just 4 points, and Davis goes down, lost his goggles. Season.
I'm not mad that the back and forth continues, and we continue talking about these two and their greatness, though, Grady. It's
no doubt about it.
Incredible.
Back to live action. Thompson, hook from the free throw line won't go. Flagg the offensive board. Flagg toss out. Christie flicks the wrist, no good, and Jay Will with the rebound. Williams from the elbow, off the heel, friendly fire, Nimhard, and it's kicked out of bounds. Oh, it's last touched way his entire time here in OKC, but he's been much more intentional in terms of how vocal he is and talking up his teammates.
Well, I like the way Mark, as we see Holmgren with the 3-ball. I like the way Mark mentioned SGA in his leadership. It went from accidental leadership to intentional one. That's some progress.
What else can he do?
He's showing you. There's still some other things he'd like to touch up.
Outside, Christie in the corner. Swish.
Max Christie sitting there, number 9 in the league at just over 45%. So with his feet set, dangerous from the arc.
43-38. They will thought about it. Penetrate now to J-Dub. Williams, no good, and Christie the board. Flag off the hezzy, and he's fouled.
And there's that left hand that we know get him going a little bit offensively with 5 to go in the second quarter.
1 for 4 so far in this ball game for Cooper Flagg. And the first guys feel uncomfortable and make him feel uncomfortable early. And as they continue on, the game will get easier and easier.
Yeah, the shift with the point guard helps, and then health helps, where all of a sudden Cooper Flagg doesn't have the best defender on him. He might have the 3rd or 4th best defender where he can go to work.
He has Jag watching it right now. The switch with SGA. Flagg on the move, goes glass, fouled from behind.
And
it's on Gilgeous-Alexander.
Shea looked like all the guys who guard him. I didn't touch you, Shea.
Here's SGA. It rotates to Williams. In the corner, Wallace. Right down the middle. 46-40 OKC. Williams nearly stripped, had it blocked by Williams. Tightrope on the sideline, kick out to Marshall. Shot clock to 6. Marshall puts it up, and it goes down. 8 points for Najee Marshall.
And again, Dallas just grinding through their offense. It's still just down 4 points here.
SGA, good defense by Marshall, but then he had his right in the... Let's check in with our Allie Clifton right now. As SGA misses at the line. Allie?
I want to be over there having fun with you guys, laughing. I love it. But hey, so many ways a player like SGA can impact the game and beat you offensively. But when asked what his focus was to shoot shots, spacing, ways to remain involved in the offense when teams try to take him out of it, guys, and he says it's an approach from Shea that Dagnall says you'd be shocked at how little I coach him because he drives the car when it comes to his life and development. He's got that vision. It's my job to not interrupt that, and it's something that this player and coach, their dynamic is catapulting and continuing to catapult this Thunder team.
They've been incensed with the call as Powell knocks down the free throw.
You know, Allie was talking about Mark and watching what Shea was doing in the offseason. How about a little credit for what Mark Ball, empowerment, and that's what he's done, especially with this team and Shea in particular.
Shea goes window shopping for 2. He's in double figures with 11, 4 of 5 shooting. Flag. Pull up in the paint is good. His second field goal of the ball game.
Good sign, Grady. Still time for Cooper to get some things going.
Gilgeous-Alexander, silky smooth. Spinning out of trouble, falling out of bounds, knocked down the 10. Out to Williams. Williams from downtown. No. Wiggins the ball. Thunder by 6. Their largest lead has been 8. Wiggins getting shifty with flag. Pure on the J. Marshall. Tied up, lost it off his shoe, out of bounds. And Marshall missing on the first. The Mavericks now 5 for 9. And Marshall splits a pair. 53-46. Gilgeous-Alexander rises at the elbow and is fouled by Marshall. Hitting's just incredibly difficult to defend. Marshall couldn't help himself on the contest.
To describe what Shea does, he's just elite offensively, and the way he can manipulate the D2 between shooting, putting the ball back on the floor. I mean, he processes that stuff incredibly fast.
And he's 5 points away from his 95th consecutive 20-point effort. Davis can't hit. Davis has been struggling. Hasn't really been looking for a shot either. That's just his second attempt. 0 for 2, and Thompson bumping SGA.
It's stopping where it is that Shea's going. And if you get him off the line where he's trying to make progress, that's where the referee. 2 minutes here, Grady, too. You know, it's a 10-point lead, now 11. You know, Dallas, again, choppy on offense. Don't let it get away from you here at halftime with both AD and Cooper not being effective offensively. You still have time.
OKC scored on 7 straight possessions under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Christie leaves it for flag, and he's fouled. And bad intent. Almost had a highlight here at Paycom Center. Knocks down the first free throw. He has 9 points. Nine-point ball game. SGA with 9 points in the last 2 minutes, 18 seconds of game action. Williams with the left, rims out. Mavericks finally get a stop. Nembhard penetrating on Holmgren. Nowhere to go, stuck under the basket. Finally tosses it to Davis. Davis inside, new. Whistle blows, we have a foul. Davis had 17 and 17 in that win over Miami on Wednesday. And they are 18 for 20 at the free throw line here in this first half. Flag. Has to kick it out. Nembhard on the baseline, weaving through traffic, trying to find Davis. Davis makes the catch. 6 on the clock. Nembhard, Christie, Russell, no good. Williams the ball. Williams over to Wallace. Got a tray.
Okay, so Wallace looking comfortable, knocking down another 3 for OKC as the crowd comes to their feet.
Energy rising here in OKC. And you can barely hear the whistle blow there. Ball game. missing on the first. Next Tuesday and Wednesday on Prime, we have the NBA Cup quarterfinals. Coverage begins Tuesday at 5:30 Eastern with NBA on Prime pregame, presented by CarMax.
I'm pretty stoked to get up to Toronto.
Yes.
The Raptors have done some remarkable things so far this year. Scotty Barnes has been incredible. And obviously, New York brings out their faithful. So it'll be a great matchup.
Here's Williams on the move. Williams off the glass. Just an unfortunate sequence from Dallas. Davis missing at the free throw line to give up 2 on this end. And now they'll hold for the final shot of the quarter. If they can take care of it, flag. Gives it up to Nembhard. Nembhard pull up over Wallace. No. Davis blocked at the horn. And that's how the second quarter comes to a close.